HMS Victory, Total Guide Part 1. Let's fucking go.
1805. Britain is at war with France. The French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte will soon dominate mainland Europe. But at sea, Britain's Royal Navy reigns supreme.
We were supreme on the sea.
Waters.
That year, Napoleon wins one of his greatest victories against the Russians and Austrians at Austerlitz.
Coca-Cola.
6 weeks earlier, off the coast of Spain, the British win a battle of much more lasting strategic significance. Off Cape Trafalgar, the Royal Navy inflicts a crushing defeat on the combined fleet of France and Spain.
Now that
Fucking love to be there during that, man.
Now that breaks my mind. Fuck the horses and fuck the cars, but seeing that many ships on sea firing cannons, that would be something else.
You're
to
saying
see.
about the horses, yeah? This is normal to me. To what you were seeing with the horses. I love this type of shit, bro.
Yeah, but it would. Do you not think seeing that many ships?
No, honestly, seeing that many ships wouldn't have blown my mind as much as seeing that many horses, like cavalry and horses. But I would have loved to have
Enemy
seen
losses
that.
I would have.
What a fucking war.
Oh,
devastating.
those losses were devastating.
British naval superiority will not be seriously challenged again for the rest of the war. Britain goes on to play a leading role in Napoleon's eventual defeat.
Well, no,
Its greatest contribution, its wooden walls. The Royal Navy.
God, I love that. The wooden walls.
Britain is the world's largest naval power, with 136 ships of the line and 110,000 men at sea. The Navy protects the homeland from invasion. It allows Britain to project force into Europe with raids and expeditionary forces. It cuts off enemy trade while protecting Britain's own. It isolates and seizes overseas colonies, including the vastly profitable sugar islands of the West Indies. It undermines enemy economies, while allowing Britain to use its own financial strength to sustain its allies. In 2 decades of war with France, Britain wins a series of naval battles that ensure it can carry out these war-winning strategies effectively.
Having the solid commanders and leaders of back in
Among
the day.
the Royal Navy's most formidable warships, HMS Victory. A first-rate ship of the line,
fucking size
the most powerful class of warship afloat.
What a fucking gorgeous
104 guns, 820 men. A single broadside from Victory packs more weight of iron than every gun in Wellington's army at Waterloo.
Look at that scariness.
This is Epic History TV's guide to a legendary Napoleonic warship.
Come on, Epic History TV.
You lot slap it up every video, man. Love it.
This video is sponsored by Fabulous, the #1 self-care app that helps you him.
Fabulous.
Thanks to Fabulous for sponsoring this video. Today, HMS Victory lies in dry dock in Portsmouth, on England's south coast.
Okay.
A famous visitor attraction and the world's oldest commissioned warship.
Damn, she's pretty.
She's a remarkable survivor from a vanished world of sail-powered warships and global struggles between Europe's great empires.
100%.
Victory was built to boost British naval power.
Build them like that,
at the height of one of
They
these
don't build
struggles,
them like that.
the 7 Years' War. Construction began at Chatham Royal Dockyard in 1759. She was designed by Sir Thomas Slade, the foremost British naval architect of the age.
Ooh, okay. What else did he work on? Let us know in the comments box down below.
Around 6,000 trees went into Victory. Most were British oak, though her lower masts were originally New England pine. Her keel was elm, her upper masts and yards more flexible, fir and spruce.
Okay.
The result, launched in 1765, was soon considered a masterpiece. A ship bristling with firepower, with the speed and handling of a much lighter vessel.
Oh.
Victory was not
Beautiful
completed
bit
in
of
time to take part in the 7 Years' War.
Craftsmanship.
She first saw action 13 years later in the American War of Independence, leading the capture of a French convoy off Ushant. When the Revolutionary Wars broke out against France, HMS Victory was the British flagship at the Allied blockade of Toulon.
Oh.
Then in 1797, she was Admiral Jarvis's flagship at his great victory over the Spanish at Cape St. Vincent. Victory was by then 32 years old, far beyond her life expectancy of 18 years. Worn out, she was briefly threatened with being turned into one of Britain's notorious prison ships, known as hulks.
No
one would have guessed that her greatest hour still lay ahead of her. Because at the last minute, Victory was reprieved and began a major 3-year refit that cost more than she did to build.
Big up to the
Worth it.
people that
She
saved her.
returned to service in
Respect to the
1803
people that
as
saved
Vice
her.
Admiral Nelson's flagship. 2 years later, she would lead the British attack at Trafalgar and win her place in naval legend.
We have got to try and get like a private tour of that ship.
That'd be sick if
A
we could get
private
a private
tour of that
tour.
ship.
Napoleonic Wars, a first-rate ship of the line, was the world's largest and most sophisticated weapon of war, and it needed a huge crew to work efficiently. In
I
1805,
can see
Victory's
HMS
complement was
Victory.
around 820, every man and boy
I
with
wouldn't
his
play a game like
designated
that and
role.
summon his heritage as
From the
well.
admiral of the fleet to the
I'd love to
ship's
take her
captain,
out, don't get me
naval
wrong.
lieutenants and marine officers, midshipmen, warrant officers,
Okay.
clerks and stewards, petty officers and their mates, sailors of the able, ordinary and landlubber variety, Royal Marines, right down to the 31 ship's boys.
Shit.
Before we examine HMS Victory's arrangement and structure, a quick reminder of some common nautical terms.
Port and
The right
starboard.
side of the ship, starboard. The left side of the ship, larboard, which only became port in 1844 to reduce confusion.
I like that. I like
The back
that.
of the ship, her
Stern.
stern. The
And
front,
bow.
her stem. Towards the stern was aft or abaft. Towards the stem was forward or fore.
It's a bow.
Victory's middle gun deck was 186 feet long.
After the video.
Yeah, I'll
The
need to
top
double
of her
check
main
that.
mast was 205 feet above the
Might have had too
waterline.
much Coca-Cola.
Victory's
250 feet in height. The top, the longest mast.
top speed was 10 knots, or
also had too much
11.5 miles per hour, fast for a ship her size.
Yeah.
In 1780, she received the latest British naval innovation, copper sheathing for her hull. This protected her timbers from shipworm, barnacles and weeds, keeping her
Nice.
solid and streamlined.
Okay.
Victory, like all ships of the line, was ship-rigged, meaning she had 3 masts, a foremast, mainmast and mizzenmast, and a bowsprit.
Okay.
Each mast was made up of sections. The lower mast, secured deep in the ship's hold, rose up through the decks to the fighting top, which served as a platform for...
Just look
Yeah.
at the fucking
the amount of
ropes
wires and ropes. Yeah, yeah.
that you've
yeah,
got
yeah.
to make sure that you commending to the men that did this, because fuck
Who
doing
designed it? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fuck being able to like rig up the main sail. You're getting shot at, bro. I've got to make sure I get the right pishing line.
Is it third from the left or third from the right? I don't know.
It's the centre one, dickhead.
Literally, you just got me. I don't care. Just get it up.
That's what she said.
sharpshooters in battle. Above it, the topmast. Then the cross trees, which secured the top gallant mast, brassed
Okay,
to
keeping it
gallant.
secure.
The cross trees was the lookout's position, there being no crow's nests in the Navy.
Whoa.
Each mast supported seven.
So
That's
my man's
interesting.
literally just got a set on 3 planks of wood with holes in between them, and be like,
Sharp shooting, bro. You ain't got no wood to duck
no, he's the
behind.
lookout. He's the lookout. He's like, Enemies ahead! Get me down!
Dave! There's a cannonball coming!
Several yards to which the sails were fastened or bent. Victory's rigging, 26 miles of rope and 786 pulleys in all, came in two types. Standing rigging
Fucking
gave structural
hell.
support to the mast.
Fucking hell, are you figuring that out?
Forestays and backstays kept them braced fore and aft. The shrouds secured the masts laterally, and their rope steps, called ratlins, were how you climbed the masts.
Oh.
Experienced seamen reached the tops by climbing the futtock shrouds.
We should find a ship and do a challenge of who can climb up it.
Bro.
quickest. A proper ship
There
with
is
like
no
masts
way
like that.
we're getting a ship to do that, but
It would be
I
sick.
reckon we could do some sort of military thing.
Yeah,
like the
and have
military
it, like,
training,
going up.
and they'll have like something like that.
Going all the way up,
Yeah.
and then we got to do a challenge to get up to the top. Who do you think would win out of me and Jack? Let us know in the comments box down below. Who you putting your money
On a
on?
rolling sea, this could mean climbing out over the ocean upside
I
down.
get aggressive.
So
Oh,
novices
shit.
were advised to use the lubber's hole. The other type of
So
rigging
what? Have
was
you got to like hook your legs underneath and hope you
Basically,
fucking don't get off?
if you were experienced, you do that one. If you weren't, you take the no, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going inside of this thing.
running rigging, used to operate the ship's yards and sails, and included halyards, bowlines, and clewlines. Victory had 37 sails with which to harness the power of the wind, her only real form of propulsion. They had a total area of 6,500 square yards, about the size of a football pitch, though not all sails could be set together, nor did more sail necessarily mean more speed.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it for strength maybe or
Her
stability?
large square sails included the forecourse, 4 topsail, pronounced topsail, and 4
Pronounced
top-gallant sail,
topsail.
pronounced foretopgarnsail. On the mainmast, the main course, main topsail, and main to'garnsail. The mizzen mast carried a fore and aft rigged sail known as a spanker or driver, as well as mizzen topsail
This is a
and
sick
mizzen
video,
to'garnsail.
you know.
Yeah.
While the bowsprit could carry a variety of fore and aft rigged sails, most commonly a jib and flying jib. Another 11 fore and aft rigged sails, known as staysails, could also be set. Victory's upper deck, or weather deck, was actually several decks: the forecastle, waist, quarterdeck, and poop deck. The forecastle is a shortened form of forecastle, a term dating back to the Middle Ages when warships carried raised fighting platforms at both ends.
Ah,
The
that makes
forecastle
sense.
housed the belfry, containing the all-important ship's bell, rung regularly day and night to mark the change of watch. It also housed 2 12-pounder guns. All guns in this period were described by the weight of shot they fired.
Okay.
So 12-pounders fired a solid iron ball, known as round shot, that weighed 12 pounds.
Fuck
about
off.
the same as a...
That's the fucking thing that took his legs off, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck that coming at you.
Yeah, brother.
Fuck that
Yeah,
coming
fuck
at
that.
you, bro.
Fuck that. And it's a side-on shot, so it takes both out at the same
Yeah.
time. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm going down.
Yeah, I lost my leg. Like, literally, just
6 foot 2.
just crumbled.
4'8".
Fuck, I'm the same size as Napoleon.
bowling ball. The forecastle also mounted 2 68-pounder carronades. The carronade was another British innovation.
30-kilogram bone.
What the fucking size is that, motherfucker?
A short, large caliber gun.
Oh,
Fearsome
yeah.
at close quarters.
Yeah, look
but
at that.
lacking a cannon's range
That's
or
my style.
accuracy. Each deck gave access to
I'm gonna give you a second to recover, bro.
Oh, you cunt! You absolute cunt! Oh, fucking hell!
I'm a grown, not a show, guys.
the bowsprit and the head. 6 outdoor toilets for several hundred seamen and marines. which emptied
That's-
straight into the sea below.
No.
Holy shit.
That is not the
Is where
toilet.
4 of Victory's 6 boats.
Imagine trying to get your shit through that little hole.
I can't imagine them sitting like that. They'd have to sit like that.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
back to back
Back to
down
back.
the hole.
Yeah, back to
At least
back.
you don't make eye contact
No,
with this
no,
behind
you can have a nice little chat. Do you know what I mean? How's your day going? Are you enjoying the cannon shots? Not too bad? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Were stowed. All large ships carried several boats. They were essential for ferrying men and supplies from ship to ship and ship to shore.
I wasn't
For
aware that
towing
they'd
or
be
turning the-
inside of her. I thought they would have been like on a rigging outside or something.
No, because then there's aerodynamics
Yeah, and it makes sense for
also
the cannons, obviously.
cannons, so it blocks cannons.
Yeah.
Aerodynamics, like you don't want those to block the airflow because that's how you get speed. And then also damage.
Yeah.
Damage, like it's less likely to get damaged in the middle
Yeah,
of the
it's a-
hole.
yeah, it's-
So
yeah,
if
very
you
true.
start getting fucking fired with cannonballs, let's say you end up winning the fight, but you still need to leave and you've got no boats left. But in the middle, there's more likely to be okay.
Ship in adverse winds and for launching amphibious attacks. The quarterdeck was HMS Victory's command centre and housed a total of 12 12-pounder guns.
Okay.
From here, the ship was steered using the ship's wheel. This was the responsibility of
I
one
like
of the
that
ship's
it's like
8
sort of-
Yeah,
quartermasters.
that's literally what I was about to say, because they're normally up one, in front and
outside everywhere.
That is up.
That is like,
fucking love that. That's
and
beautiful.
I'd imagine you're gonna have like someone up top, like doing vision, giving you like.
Oh,
sort
you'd
of-
have the communication.
That's
from
it.
the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
men,
Left
That
starboard,
is-
whatever
that's
it is.
incredible.
Yeah.
I like that.
Assisted by
I
his
do as
mates.
well.
The ship's wheel was connected by rope to the tiller 3 decks below,
Shit,
which was in
that's
turn connected to the
beautiful.
rudder.
Okay.
The binnacle, just 4 of the wheel, contained the ship's magnetic compasses
Ooh,
and a
nice.
lantern by which to see them.
Oh,
Cabins
mate.
for
Yeah.
the captain's secretary and the ship's master were located either side of the ship's wheel.
Nice.
Each shared their small room with a 12-pounder gun.
Yeah. Do you want an ensuite in your room? No, just give us a 12-pounder in there.
12-pounder, do you know what I mean?
You imagine a captain getting woken up and he's just had a
It's
cannon
not going to
go
be
through.
like that though, is it? That's why.
Mate, I'd be getting up and firing that thing if
Of
I'd
course
been
you would
woken
be,
from
but
my slumber.
it kind of makes sense. Like the cannons aren't going to be going off when you're sleeping in there. So like,
Oh, yeah, no.
so
but-
like, why not? If I have a quarters and there's a bed in there
Yeah.
and there's space to get a cannon, chuck a cannon in there because when I'm asleep, it's not going to be firing. Like that's
You
actually
can't-
lit.
Yeah.
That's actually lit.
That's crazy.
You would hope.
Area of the quarterdeck comprised the captain's cabins,
Okay.
a dining room, sleeping cabin, and at the very stern of the ship, his day cabin. All sharing space with 4 12-pounders.
Fucking
Captain
hell!
also had a private toilet, known as the quarter gallery.
That's a toilet, yeah? That's a toilet for a captain.
Yeah, I was about to say, if the captain gets that, then I understand the
I
ones
get
on
that.
deck.
Yeah, man. 100%. 100%.
Above the captain's cabin.
Oh, yeah, look, he does. He does have one of the boats out the back.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
But clearly it's only like one.
Yeah, so it must be one on the other side at least as well. I
It had
reckon.
good visibility and access to the mizzenmast. It also housed the signal locker, containing the coloured flags used to communicate with other ships and shore.
Nice.
The Royal Navy's signals code had been recently revised by Admiral Howe. His system involved 14 flags, which could be arranged in various combinations to convey 340 messages. For emphasis, a gun might be fired.
You have 14 individual flags in which you can convey 340 different messages. Jesus Christ.
Could you imagine? It's the blue flag with the yellow X as the first one. The white flag with the red box as the second one. And then we've got a plain white flag for the third one. Go! Boom! Mate, you just shot the cannon. That's what you said. No, I said white flag at the end. Not white flag with the blue half cut. You fool.
Fuck's sake! Now you started another war!
Just because they read the flags wrong.
Please tell me there are instances in history that people have fucked this up and thing has gone horribly wrong but it ended up being funny.
Ah, it's so fucking joke.
At night, signalling was by pre-agreed combinations of gunfire, coloured lanterns, and rockets.
These boys had to be on point. This is more reliable.
Coloured fireworks as well.
A Napoleonic ship of the line was, in essence, a giant floating gun battery designed to pulverize enemy warships and shore installations. Victory's 3 largest decks were all about her guns, as indicated by their name, the upper, middle, and lower gun deck.
Brother, you have 800 and probably I'd say about around it's like 880 crew.
800 and something crew like that.
So I reckon it's around about 900 people on this ship, and the first 3 decks are guns only. So you're on that 800 and something people on that lower deck.
The upper gun deck housed 30 12-pounder guns, 15 on each side.
Nice.
Forward in the round houses was the head for junior officers, rank bringing slightly more privacy and comfort.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The sick bay was located in the forward area of the upper gun deck, as it got more fresh air and sunlight than the lower decks.
But the fucking noise on that.
Was that next to the
yeah,
general?
this is on the upper.
Yeah, so that's next to the general as well. So what? I've got my man sneezing and vomiting everywhere, and I gotta walk through that every day to get into my fucking room. Nah, along that, brother.
Mate, it's a nicer toilet though.
It's a nicer
It was
toilet.
screened off from the rest of the deck by canvas partitions.
Okay.
The surgeon's assistants, nicknamed Lob-Lolly Boys for the soup they fed to patients, also slept here in their hammocks.
Lob lollies.
HMS Victory was a first-rate ship of the line, defined as one that carried 100 guns or more. They were the most powerful vessels afloat, and so admirals often chose them as their flagships, the command vessels for a fleet or squadron.
Of course.
Several renowned British admirals took Victory as their flagship at various times, including Earl Howe and Earl St. Vincent. The most famous, of course, was Viscount Nelson.
Okay.
An admiral required his own suitably grand quarters, located in the stern section of the upper gun deck. These comprised an anteroom and a dining room, which also served as a meeting room.
I fucking hope so.
In the sleeping cabin, the admiral usually slept in a suspended cot.
Oh, okay.
But Nelson preferred a campaign bed like this one, easier to get in and out of with only one arm.
My man just wanted luxury.
I saw a painting. I did think that he'd lost some sort of limb because he's standing like that and he hasn't got the hand, but his hand's leaning on that.
Okay.
I did think about that and I was like,
Okay, maybe
when the
it
fuck
wasn't.
did he lose an arm?
Maybe it was practical.
Lay the admiral's day cabin, which served as his office and private space.
Okay.
Fuck
The
holes,
admiral
get
would spend
money.
much of his day here, submerged in the meetings, paperwork, and administration required in the running of a fleet.
Okay.
Yeah, you have got a whole fleet to run.
The admiral's cabins, like all cabins on the gun decks and quarterdeck, were formed by removable wooden panels. This meant when a ship cleared for action before battle, the cabins could be rapidly dismantled and carried with furniture and personal items down into the hold.
That's fucking
This was to
genius.
allow the gun crews to work their guns without obstruction.
Yeah,
Nice.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The middle gun deck housed 28 24-pounder guns.
28, 24
Heavier guns were
pounders.
lower in the ship for greater stability.
The heavier guns are in the
Yeah,
bottom.
we got more. We got a third level.
The kitchen and giant iron stove
Alright.
was where the ship's cook and his mates prepared meals
You'd
for
be
the crew.
pissed if a cannonball went through that.
Anything but my kitchen.
Anything but the kitchen.
Anything but the kitchen. Anything but the kitchen. I'll shit over deck.
I don't care.
Like,
Don't
yeah.
blow up that oven, bro.
Oh, please, brother.
The stern section was known as the wardroom.
I bet that was one of the
where
busiest
commissioned
kitchens
officers
in
dined
the
and
world.
slept. At night, around 300 sailors and marines slept on this deck.
Oh, okay.
Hammocks strung up between the guns.
Oh, I love that.
The deck below was the lower gun deck. This housed the Victory's heaviest guns, her 32-pounders.
They.
And at night, more than half the crew, around 460 men, slept here.
460
This plan of HMS Bedford, a contemporary third-rate ship of the line, shows how crowded it could be below decks.
Shut up.
Brother.
They've actually done it. They've actually made it how it would look. That is fucking... You imagine needing to go for a piss and you're like one of these blokes here.
Oh mate, you ever heard the term packed like sardines in the can?
That's it.
That
is it. That is
These
it.
are sardines, mate.
I'm
They've drawn
mate,
them as
You're
them.
going to smell my fart.
Ah, brother.
Oh, God.
You got to hope
Open
to
the
God you
hatch.
like your fucking...
This far down in the ship,
your
gun
bunk
ports were usually kept shut because they were close to the waterline. With little fresh air and so many men living down here, the smells of the lower gun deck could be notoriously challenging.
Oh, you can't even open a window.
The stern
I'd have
area,
to.
separated by canvas screens,
What, I'm
was known
flooded,
as the
man.
gun room.
Fuck it.
This was where warrant officers dined, with screened-off sleeping quarters for the master gunner, chaplain, and 2 junior lieutenants.
Okay.
Nicer sleeping
They
quarters.
shared the gun room with the ship's tiller, a large wooden beam connecting the ship's rudder to the ship's wheel via a series of ropes and pulleys.
That's going to be so noisy all the time.
It's the thing that moves the rudder left and right.
Yeah. So you're sitting there and you're just
Like creaking wood and...
fuck that.
Imagine that fucking thing fell on you.
Ah, brother, you're dead.
There is not currently in situ, but the strip of canvas marks its position.
Oh,
Okay.
It would swing through the room when the ship turned, so anyone dining in the gun room was wise to mind their head.
Yeah. Dave, pass us the mouldy bread. Put your head down.
Bang!
There we go.
Below the
Not even you imagine, like, you fucking, I'm sitting there and you call me, I'm just like, yeah, no worry, boom!
They must have done that for a laugh, surely.
They see it coming, like, wait, Jack! What? Boosh! Just that.
The gun deck was the orlop deck, a warren of small cabins and stores beneath the waterline, lit only by lanterns.
Okay.
The forward section contained storerooms and cabins for the bosun and carpenter.
Okay.
The more open area by the main mast was known as the cockpit, fore and aft. The midshipmen berthed and messed here, but in battle it became the surgeon's operating theatre.
Ooh.
At the Battle of Trafalgar, after Vice Admiral Nelson was shot on the quarter...
I'd take my hammock and go downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
deck by a French sharpshooter, he was carried down to the orlop.
Shit. What happened to him? on the
Victory's
operating
surgeon
table?
was unable to save him, and this is where he died.
Shit.
Off the aft cockpit lay a series of cramped compartments, including personal storerooms for the captain and first lieutenant, the steward's room for issuing rations brought up from the hold, the surgeon's cabin and his dispensary, and various other cabins and storerooms.
Oh, no, that floor is on lock.
Yeah.
That floor
Forward
is on lock.
and aft, hanging magazines held ready-made cartridges for the guns sent up from the main magazine.
Oh.
I like that.
That's
The orlop deck was surrounded by a passage known as the Carpenter's Walk, which gave the carpenter and his mates easy access to the ship's hull to plug any leaks.
Nice.
The ingenuity
Yeah,
behind
At the very
this.
bottom of the ship lay the hold, around 50,000 cubic feet, holding provisions for up to 6 months at sea.
That's mad.
It was lined with 257 tons of iron ballast to keep the ship stable. This was covered by 200 tons of shingle, additional ballast, which provided a stable bed for the ship's 150-gallon water casks. These alone weighed roughly 300 tons.
You're at 700 tons! And you've not even put anything in other than the pissing water! Fuck off! Ingenuity blows my mind with shit like... Fuck, it's 700 tons!
It's not even sinking yet.
It's not even got anything else in it!
That's it. It's not sinking. How's this fucking thing not sinking? If I drive a 700-ton fucking car into the sea, that cunt's sinking.
I just don't, honestly. It's the buoyancy of how a cruise ship.
Yeah, man.
You're not even in there. You're on a line. You're just a little line.
The voyage. Other barrels contained 50 tons of salt beef, 50 tons of salt pork, and 45 tons
You're
of
on
ship's biscuit.
900 tons.
Various storerooms below contained items
I don't
such
even
as
know what
flour,
1,000 tons
spirits,
is.
tar, and
Yeah,
bait.
what's... Jack. There was 34 or 32... Sorry, there was 32 pound fucking cannons. So if there's 32 pound cannons, how many cannonballs are there on this ship that weigh 32 pounds?
This thing is well over 3,000 tons. There is no way that this thing does not weigh less than 3,000
and it's
tons.
fucking just floating on the sea.
bobbing along.
Just bobbing along with the buoyancy.
The shot locker contained 100 tons of iron shot.
I'm done. I'm actually done. There is no fucking ill. What do you think about this? This is some mad shit. This is ridiculous. You cannot tell me, right, that in the 1700s, 1800s, we have got people that are fucking able to build things this.
Humankind
we
is amazing.
People, the knowledge to do this.
Mate, we're a parasite on this planet, but fuck me, are we a smart one?
We are a disease, but there are
We are a
parts of
disease.
this, we are a disease,
but we are a creative
there are parts
one.
of the disease that are really fucking good.
At making the disease worse.
Yeah.
Because this isn't a good thing.
This is incredible.
This is a beautiful bit of machinery and craftsmanship, but this is a death machine.
Oh, mate, this is what made England fucking... This is what gave England a name. Great Britain.
Great fucking Britain.
Last but not least,
And aren't
the
we
most
fucking glad
vulnerable
to
part of
represent?
the ship, the Grand Magazine. holding
Sorry,
up to 30
sorry, let me just get that right. So you said the most vulnerable part of the ship, and that's where you put 35 tons of gunpowder.
I actually did just say that.
I'm not sure here, but what I've just said might just, fuck off. The
Might
most
be the
vulnerable
biggest
part of the ship.
contradiction.
I'll tell you what, let's not put the meat and the salt in there. Let's put the gunpowder in there.
I mean, I'd
Because
rather...
if she does get shot, she's going up in one hell of an
I was about to
explosion.
say, though, I'd rather it go up in one hell of an explosion than starve to death. If you get rid of all my food and shit and I'm on sea without food and I can't fucking rudder along, nah, put the ammunition there and just blast up.
In the most vulnerable part, and they put 35 tons of gunpowder.
5 tons
British
of gunpowder
miners.
in 784 barrels. A fire here would cause an explosion.
Yes,
Really?
yes.
Obliterated
What
the
a
ship
surprise.
and anyone aboard.
Do you know what? I thought
Or
everyone would
if
have got
water
off.
got in, the gunpowder would be useless in
I
battle.
didn't even think about
Therefore,
that.
elaborate precautions were taken to keep the magazine safe, including fire doors, fire retardant plaster walls, copper sheathing to avoid sparks, and keep out moisture and rats.
None of that sounds like extra precautions to me.
It sounds like precautions that have been taken, but they've done what builders should do on new builds.
Literally, not a ship. The copper to stop a spark. So you're telling me a cannonball, which is metal,
I mean-
going into bronze is not going to cause a spark?
I guess it might not. I mean, but it's a fucking genius thing, and it's an idea to keep the rats out as well. Because I can imagine rats must have been
Rats.
rife.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, 100%. On ships, of course.
Forward section of the magazine was the filling room. Here, loose gunpowder was scooped from this powder bin into cloth bags to make cartridges for the guns. Lanterns.
I forgot back in those times.
It was gunpowder in a bag. Fuck, bro.
Holy shit. Holy
kept
shit. Imagine being on a bunch of cocaine going down there and like, ah!
Oh!
Safely behind glass in an adjacent light room.
Okay, yeah, I fucking hope
Until
so.
required, ready cartridges were stored in racks on either side of the filling
Are
room.
those dates, or are those just sizes?
I'm not sure. Dates would make sense.
If anyone knows anything about that, please let us know, because the dates would make sense.
I'd
In an
imagine
age before steam or electrical power, all the ship's heavy lifting had to be done by manpower. Mechanical assistance came from two capstans, the main capstan and jeer capstan.
Okay.
These were effectively giant winches, which extended vertically through the middle and lower gun decks.
You ain't putting your anchor up with fucking power.
Bars were inserted into the capstan head, with up to 10 men pushing each bar.
That's 100 men.
Each bar!
This meant 260 men were working the capstan for the heaviest jobs, such as raising the main anchor or hoisting a gun.
Your main job on that vessel,
accompanied by a fiddler,
was to do that and that only.
So the worker was often accompanied by a fiddler.
a shanty, and the stamp of feet.
Okay.
Right.
Victory carried
Sea shanty,
7
they were singing.
anchors in total.
Right, yeah.
The heaviest, the
And
best
stamp of
bower
feet,
anchor,
Tubby.
weighed 4 tons and was rigged at the starboard bow. The small bower anchor on the larboard side was only slightly smaller.
Slightly.
Just slightly.
Sheet, kedge, and stream anchors served as spares, and for keeping the ship stationary in small
They had
harbours
loads.
or rough
Well,
weather.
I'm sorry, but they just said the small anchor was just a little bit smaller. It's the same fucking weight.
No, the small anchor is...
No, they've got 2 sheet anchors, which is 4.2.
Oh, yeah.
But I think if he was talking about the smaller...
Oh, yeah.
Still 4 fucking ton, bro.
Yeah, it's still 4 ton. That's jokes. It had all of those anchors, by
All
the way.
wooden ships leak at sea,
Yeah.
even before hulls are split by cannonballs or hidden reefs.
Okay.
Victory had 4 crank-operated chain pumps, which could pump water out of the ship at approximately 1,300 gallons per minute.
What?
About
Shut
200
up!
jerry cans worth.
Where from? Where
Three-
from? What, anywhere?
300 jerry cans.
He said he can just pump it out. So I'm assuming that he can just pump it out from anywhere. What? How does it locate the water and pump it out?
We need to fucking go to this ship and see this, bro. This is mad. The fact that these people have built this
I didn't even think of something like this.
I know. I would have thought they've got that many men, bro. Get the buckets.
Get the
and start
fucking buckets and just start
chucking
chucking it over, cuz.
The fucking hell,
Holy
mate.
shit.
This just gets better and better.
Oh my god.
This is mental.
She also had 2 elm pumps for pumping seawater into the ship for washing and putting out fires.
Oh, fuck off. These boys have thought of everything.
They literally
In the
have.
late 18th century,
Who thinks of this?
Right.
Who thinks of this?
Whoever knows this, how many, like, companies or ships or all of them use the same sort of idea as this? Do they use water from the sea
Back then,
if there is a
back then,
fire?
yeah.
Like, even though today, do they have some sort of system that on a vessel, does it suck seawater up?
I'd imagine it's probably...
See, that's what I'm
okay.
thinking. Like, if there is
Suck
a fire,
water up, maybe.
if there is a fire, do they still have the same type of, system to pull it up and put it out, or is
That'd
it
be so
water stalls?
interesting.
Like, I'd love to fucking know that, bro.
Yeah, brother.
That would be mad.
HMS Victory and ships like her were the most sophisticated and advanced machines in the world.
No shit.
Massive floating batteries that could remain at sea for 6 months or more and traverse the globe.
It's just
It is insane.
In the Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars,
look at the
they
cannon
battled
shots
for
through the
naval
fucking
supremacy,
sails.
most dramatically in giant fleet actions.
Yes.
It was a contest that Britain won decisively. The consequences for Napoleon were disastrous.
Always disastrous.
But for
when you go
all
against
Victory's
somebody.
qualities, it was not ship design that gave Britain the edge in the war at sea. It was the men who
Experience?
sailed her.
Damn right it was.
Commanders and crews were experienced.
Something else I wanted to ask. So, I've noticed just on this painting here.
Yep.
Sailed her.
Now, this gentleman here,
Yep.
I want to know, is he part of the crew? Is he...
This gentleman here, guys.
Yeah, this gentleman here, I'd like to know, was he a part of the crew? Was he, back in them days, was he,
Yeah.
part of the trade? Or it's... I'd like to know if it was...
I think because of the time, like you said, I think it was trade.
It would be interesting to know more about that.
Yeah.
I'd like to know more.
Yeah.
If anyone knows again,
Let us
please
know in
comment
the
down
comments
below and let us know.
You know, on this channel we like learning.
British
fucking love it, man.
commanders and crews were experienced, capable, and
So
aggressive.
capable.
So aggressive.
In the next video, we'll see how they sailed and fought like and how they lived aboard her.
That was a fucking
Brother.
safety net.
So.
That was a safety net, bro. I'd be jumping off that rock face.
To the National Museum of the Royal Navy and
National
HMS
Museum.
Victory for their help in making this series.
Okay, I like
Victory is now embarking on an exciting new phase of her long and dramatic history.
Still about today,
A
Jack.
major 10-year conservation project to ensure her survival far into the future.
that. I like that.
And
The
aren't
work
we
is
glad
guided
about
by the
that?
latest scientific
The big
and
rig
historical
repair.
research and will involve removing and replacing rotting timber and other structural repairs.
I respect that. I
The
respect
great
that.
news is that the ship remains fully open to visitors throughout. Visit during
Let
the
us
project,
know if you
and you'll
want us to
even
go
get to see
and vlog
conservation
it.
work up close, with expert shipwrights on hand to explain what's happening.
Oh,
we're
come
up
on,
for
bro.
it.
We gotta go
Please
check
visit
this out. We gotta go check this out, man. That's mad.
historicaldocumentary.co.uk.
We are 100% going to check it out. We still have fucking part 2 to go. Second part. This was a fucking brilliant
I
series.
fucking enjoyed that.
I knew he was going to enjoy
That
it.
was
I
good.
knew it. I sent it to him yesterday and he went a bit quiet. I didn't think he was going to do it, but we got into it. We fucking loved it. We hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. We got proper into it.
To the gentlemen and the ladies that sailed on the HMS Victory, well done.
That's it, exactly. And for all the people that suggested it, we thank you very
Big up.
much.
Big up.
This is a long reaction, nearly double the time of the video. We hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, head over to Epic History's page. I nearly forgot. Their
Link is in the description.
If you enjoyed our reaction, you know what you need to do. You need to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell,
Ding.
and we're going to catch you in the next video.
See you soon.